Good morning and welcome to day 3 here at Apex 2026. It's the final day of the show, and of course it's time for the show wrap-up. So I'm joined by my old friend and colleague here, Keith Bryant.
Thank you for the old.
I'm just meaning in terms of we've been friends for a long time. So there you go. Mark of respect.
Thank you.
But anyway, takeaways from the show this week. I think first impressions to me were that the traffic's been a little bit lighter, but the quality's been a little bit higher.
Definitely, and I'd say quite a lot higher.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people that I've spoken to have said, you know, we've been seeing CEOs, we've been seeing CTOs, we've been seeing senior managers, and we're having like meaningful discussions rather than an engineer who wants to come and look at something and then go back and tell his boss how wonderful it is.
Yeah. And I've heard that story throughout the show from everybody, basically. So quite a lot of new kit on the show floor as well. I mean, notwithstanding the one that you're wearing the badge for, but I mean, of course, that Keyron machine had a big fanfare, opening fanfare at Productronica, where it drew huge crowds, but it's been even bigger here.
Yes, and I think it's, you know, from talking to people, it's a cultural thing. The Europeans are still a little bit reserved, whereas the people that I talk to that come out from the demos are like really enthusiastic and yes, you know, we need it now, we want to buy one.
Right.
And I think it's that, you know, let's say strength of belief that people have in this country to trust something that's new.
Right.
You know, a lot of people came out of Germany and said, yeah, you know, when you've made a few hundred, then yeah, it'll be a great thing. But now people are saying, you know, I want to be the first person to have it, literally.
Right.
You know.
Right. Well, I mean, I think the other thing it demonstrates is the appetite within the industry to have a fully digitized line from start to finish.
Yes.
I mean, the stencil printer really is you know, past its sell-by date, quite frankly, and it's very difficult to pull data off of it.
Yeah.
So being able to use the Keyron system, once you get it running, will be able to really change the game.
And I mean, as a consultant, when I go in and audit production lines, there's very little you can change on a screen printer.
Right.
You know, if all the metrics are set up as they should be, you know, you've got pressure, you've got snap-off height, and that, and it affects the whole. Obviously, it affects the whole board when you make a change.
Right.
You can't change anything to like try and tweak to fix a problem. You have to basically change every setting and hope that it gets better.
Right.
And also, I mean, you don't get the feedback from any of the management systems that you get on all the other machines.
Absolutely. And of course, you know, when it comes down to defects coming off a stencil printer, you know, the old saying is 60 to 70% of the defects come from there. The majority of these are paste related.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, looking at the Keyron system, you're not getting the same sort of issues with regards to paste-related problems.
No. I mean, that's, you know, the comments again from people that came out this week, you know, there's a process engineer yesterday said, I've got 1 million problems, and pretty much all of them are related to screen printing, and this makes them go away.
Right.
Because it is that, you know, it's that different, it's that revolutionary.
Right. Right. Well, you know, as I say, I know there's been lines there all week, and it's by appointment only.
Yep.
And
they haven't had a free demo slot until today, and they guesstimate by the end of today they will have 150 active projects in the USA.
Oh my goodness.
And they've taken conditional orders this week as well.
That is incredible.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it, to be honest.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, what else did we see on the show floor that was new and shiny?
One or two of the companies in AOI are going further into AI, because, you know, and again, always the problem we have with AI is when there's a false call, or what we describe as the gray area between the good and the bad.
Right.
An operator has to make a decision.
Yes.
And every operator makes different decisions because that's human nature. So what these guys are doing is using AOI and deep learning to actually continually monitor what is being passed and failed by the operator or whatever you want to call them, and then they're changing the program. So if there's something that's always coming up as a false fail, then they're changing the program so it's a pass.
Right.
And they're literally trying to bring this grey area down and down.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that I interviewed said, okay, if you've got 6 lines, today you've got 6 people. In future, you'll only need 1.
Right.
Because that's how much the AI will take control.
Well, you know, yeah, the way I described it earlier was it's like the AI is marking their homework.
Yes, very much.
Because, I mean, what it does is it's monitoring the false calls or the defects that the operator is calling out. And a month later, if he's doing the same board and he makes a different decision, it flags it up.
Yeah.
It says, you said this last month.
Yeah.
Is it still the same decision?
Yeah.
So.
And obviously, when you're looking at things like solder joints, it's subjective.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there enough paste? Yeah, just about. Maybe. Maybe not.
Right.
But this machine is doing a measurement and saying basically, yeah, it was exactly this picture with this number of pixels, and the next one we looked at had less pixels, therefore there's less paste.
Right.
So that's a fail.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's going to help the end of line quality a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen. You know, so AI's been getting. You know, you can see it. It's really starting to come into play in a lot of the production equipment we've seen on the floor here this week. So another new thing that was launched this week, and I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it because they had it in a secret room.
Well, they were showing it to people even though it was in a secret room.
Oh, I see. So it was marketing then, was it?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Somebody told me it hasn't been officially launched yet.
Okay.
But they brought it to the show, so that's maybe why they're hiding it.
So
but
we're talking about the Fuji, the new Fuji NXT minus.
I'm calling it NXT minus, but it didn't actually have a badge on it.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know how they will market it.
Right.
But yeah.
But minus doesn't mean to say that it's well. It just means it's a smaller version of the NXTR automatic system.
Yeah.
But built for the US and European market, which is pretty much a high mix environment. So it needs a different type of approach.
By comparison to where Fuji has traditionally been, this is moving them into a different market. I don't want to say stepping down, but it's a market space they've not been in before. I mean, they're one of the dominant players in the high end, high quality, high production stuff. Yeah. And I guess if this has the same technology and manufacturing skills behind it, it's going to become a strong player in, let's call it, the next tier down.
Absolutely, yeah. So that was another thing. So I'm trying to think. I know that Science Scope had something new on their booth this week. I think it was a tower. Yeah. But I didn't get a chance to go over and see it yet.
Yeah, it's a more intelligent tower that helps a lot with kitting, and it's also got a very accurate X-ray machine for component measuring and component counting and then reloading partial reels and having the intelligence to know how many components you've got left on that reel and pulling the right reel out for what you need to be kitting. Right.
Okay. So looking at the show itself and the conference side, I mean, there's 2 big themes added to Apex this year. One was on the design side, PCB design, and the other was on advanced packaging. And the advanced packaging seminar, which is on Monday, was absolutely packed.
Yeah, I have to say, I was amazed because when I understand why they did it, because first of all, there's getting to be more and more crossover, but secondly, the huge buzz at the moment globally with all the support you get from governments and everything else is semiconductor. So they're getting into the space, and I was kind of hoping it was going to be successful, but worried because most of the people that come to the show and traditionally come to the conference are SMT people. Right.
But I mean, I think you're right on the financial front. I mean, there's certainly a lot of incentives, but on the technical front, there's an awful lot to talk about. I mean, you've got thermal issues, all these data centers with their liquid cooling. You've got heterogeneous integration, you've got all sorts of things.
Yep.
You've got boards that are getting built to go up into low orbit applications, which need need to be able to operate in a sort of minus 65 plus 165 environment. Yep. So lots to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we live in our SMT industry bubble, and we think we've got problems. But when you look at what the semiconductor guys have got to cope with, especially for the the high-end products that are, as you say, going into data centers and going into space. Yeah, these are a whole raft of way tougher challenges.
Right. And that's one of the reasons that we are launching our Global Advanced Packaging magazine in May at ECTC, because we feel that that side of that marketplace and that community is needs media support, and there's a lot to talk about.
Oh, definitely, and there's a lot of information to impart into people in the industry.
Yeah.
Because that's it's one of the hard things. Our industry people, to be honest, generally talk to each other.
Yes.
Whereas the semiconductor industry, because all the companies are much bigger, they're all protecting
a bit more
proprietary
siloed
information and everything else. And to have an open platform out there where people can read about solutions to some of their problems, it's going to be a great thing.
Yeah, that's great. So I think that's about it. It kind of wraps up Apex for 2026. It's been a fantastic show. I think one of the issues that might have contributed to the lower traffic, of course, is because we've had TSA flight problems across the country, and it's been kind of difficult for people to get here. And I know you had a nightmare of a journey here.
A little bit.
Yeah, so let's hope you have an easier flight home. So, and anyway, Keith, I want to thank you for your support this week, and your comments in the wrap up today.
Yeah, it's, as always, it's a pleasure. And I have to say, for me, walking around and talking to people, it's been a good Apex.
Yeah.
Some people are still worried about tariffs and buying, whether they're going to invest in new production lines yet. But generally, there's a nice positive feeling. Yeah. And it's it's a sign that the industry is going to get stronger. There may be a few dips here and there, but ultimately we're still on an upward path. So,
absolutely. Oh, and just one final thing, the word on the floor is that the Apex is going to be here in Anaheim for the next 3 years, and there is a very strong rumor that it's going to be in Las Vegas after that.
Oh, you're only calling it a strong rumor, Trevor. Okay. That's the politeness bit. But yes, I mean, I've heard it. When you hear a strong rumor from so many people, you kind of believe it's either being promoted really, really well, or it's the truth.
Right.
And I'm going for it's the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks again, and thank you to our audience, of course, for putting up with us and watching our programming this week. We've had a fantastic time, and I want to thank all of our presenters, Keith being one of them, but we had our rising stars, we had Mike Conrad's show.
Some really good stuff.
We had some really, really good content, so make sure and watch as much of it as you can. But for now, thank you and goodbye from A-Hits.
Co-Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionize the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Co-Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.